New at 11 o'clock, it is the oldest case at CMPD's files.
A cold case, only not so cold anymore. A missing woman. She was young, she was pretty smart, and suddenly in 1975, she was gone. Late last fall, CMPD got a break after 37 years. And tonight, we take a hard look into this dusty file and find new information never reported.
She was really smart. She was the pretty one in the family.
Priscilla Blevin's story is one that stays with you, mainly because there's no end. There are personal mementos.
It's called an ID bracelet.
Childhood pictures, dental records, even postcards Priscilla wrote her sister.
A lot of stuff. This is all there is.
One manila folder is all that's left. In July of 1975, Priscilla walked out of her apartment on Tyvola Road. As her sister, Kathy Howe, points out, the apartments no longer exist. The area is now a school parking lot.
She was last seen by her roommate, and then my parents were contacted.
It was one of those cases where it does get you, it grabs you.
CMPD Detective Lee Tuttle was handed the case in 2000. By that time, it was ice cold.
When I got involved, the only thing I was able to find with the police department was 2 sheets of paper on microfiche.
Another 10 years went by.
She was just missing. She was just gone.
In 2010, Tuttle took a swab of Kathy's cheek, thinking her DNA would be similar to Priscilla's and he could enter it in a new national DNA database. Kathy's DNA churned in that database for 2 years. Last October, it got a hit.
I got a phone call from the medical examiner's office in Chapel Hill, and it literally, it was like a shock to me.
Detective Lee Tuttle called me at 7 o'clock in the morning and said, "Can I come and see you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he came and he sat right where you're sitting and he said, "We found Priscilla."
They found Priscilla here, her bones, tossed into a grassy area right over the guardrail alongside I-40 in Haywood County, 2.5 hours from Charlotte. They were found in 1985. It wasn't until Kathy's DNA got in the system the bones were identified.
I do not think she died of natural causes and ended up on the side of the road in Haywood County.
You're being tame.
I am being tame.
What do you think happened to your sister?
I think she died a tragic death.
We took a hard look at that 1975 police report. A never-before-reported fact jumped out at us. Priscilla's roommate had been a man. And wouldn't you know, he still lives in Charlotte. We stopped by. We called. We even left a note. We hadn't asked one question or even mentioned Priscilla's name when he emailed back saying, "The past should be left in the past." Police say they got the same type of response.
Was he helpful?
I don't really consider it helpful.
Tuttle says he doesn't know if they'll ever figure out exactly what happened.
I hope that eventually that they discover exactly how she got to Haywood County and what
mystery, how she got there.
Well, that's one of them.
But Kathy, who still has deep sorrow,
I didn't get to have a sister.
says she will always have hope.
Keep the faith. 37 years later, hey, keep the faith. It's free. Faith is free.
Don't talk to that woman, Kathy, about the impossible. She is not a good candidate for that conversation because who would have ever believed, except maybe a wishful sister, Priscilla would have been found to begin with.
Molly, take me back to the 70s. What was Priscilla doing that might jog someone's memory?
That's a great question. Well, her apartment on Tyvola Road, of course, they're gone, but if you lived in that area, she also worked at Ivy's at Cotswold Mall. If you think you have any information, you can either call Crime Stoppers at 704-334-1600 or email me. I'll get you in touch with the detective directly. My email is mgrantham@wbtv.com. We also have a web extra on our website right now, wbtv.com, with more information.